It's Throwback Thursday, and Maps is here with Joy News Interactive. We are live from the digital address 099-3341 here in Kokomlemle, Accra. You can also watch the show on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. Join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. So settle down and let's rock and roll. So when the Christmas sun is gone, the lunch settles in the tummy. Many people like to fuse the Christmas celebrations with fireworks. We also usher the new year with these loud, colorful, low explosive pyrotechnic devices. But unfortunately, in a public notice issued Wednesday evening, the Ghana Police Service said in accordance with a special law that was passed in 1999, the use of explosives has been banned during this festive season. I mean, the use of fireworks during Christmas is a common feature here in Ghana. However, irresponsible use of the explosives has resulted in fires. So, because this law has been passed before, do you think the police has effectively enforced this law? We asked you on Facebook. The first comment we take is from Papa, who says, Ghana police and their weak, embarrassing intelligence. This thing is already in the market. So what are they talking about? And Edward Miller says it's a good move if they will not collect one CD and allow them to use people. People always disturb too much during this season. And Nana Yao says, sometimes the extent of explosion, if you like it, is too frightening. I love it though. And Godson God knows says, at some places, especially in towns and cities, it should be banned. And Solomon says, law is law until it is changed. So we citizens should comply, nothing else. And Jacob says, this is what makes me feel the season. Some miscreants are misusing it. And Bentel Prince says, nothing can ever change these acts of firecrackers creating noise all over. And Apana Charles says, it can even cause somebody's BP to rise if they are not taking good care of it. All right. And Josephat says, no, not at all. Even kids are the worst abusers of all. And Raphael says, banned and it's still on the market. It has to be used with caution. And Peter Frank says, even the police use it. And Jay Asante says, lol, I laugh I enter zoo. And F4 Salom says, it's a good case. So those are the comments when we were asking you, do you think the police are being effective in passing this law? It's a word you hear every time you meet a politician. Assembly members have also adopted the title. Ask any politician in Ghana to tell you his or her name and you'll hear honorable this, honorable that, honorable whoever. Well, it appears they may have been abusing the title. So recently, Chief Justice Sophia Akufu said the use of honorable as a title is dishonorable. She described the act as improper, adding that MPs were not supposed to add such titles to their names. So today on your most interactive show, we're asking you, do you think honorable, the title honorable, has been abused by our politicians? Let's see your comments on Facebook. The first comment we're going to take is from Phineas, who says, I don't think it's they who have abused it, but us, the media. Okay, I don't remember any politician demanding that you address them using that title. The worst part of this is that some media personnel don't even know that titles for position such as honorable, evangelist, teacher, etc. shouldn't be added to the name of the person who occupies that position. So you normally hear them say honorable Kofi Badu, Pastor Joe, and so on. All right. And Abdullah says, what do you mean by abuse? That's the title for the people we elect to represent us in whichever capacity. If you are an elected member of any kind, you should be accorded that respect and title. They should give us a break. Then we are equally abusing the title, my Lord and my worship. We say them almost all the time. please, let's get serious with issues. All right. And Al Hassan says, why not? To some extent, when you don't attach it to their names, it's disrespect to them. Some of them wouldn't mind you when you call them without attaching the Honorable Ghana. And Joseph says they have abused it. When we even watch them during parliamentary proceedings, you see that most of them aren't honorable at all. And Godson God Knows says, more than the word, before elections they pretend to be at the same level with the electorate, but immediately after elections they can't even make phone calls. And Nuruddin says, in fact, most of the politicians never expected to be in parliament. An opportunity reached them, so they are fooling with it, thinking they know more than every Ghanaian. And Kojo Ivy says, ask whether your worship, your honor, and your lordship have been abused by our judges. Politicians and judges should stop using these titles. And Philip says, it is the lazy way of doing things. As journalists, that is boring us. Okay. Thank you, Philip, for your comment. And Nana Yao says, every graduate is honorable, past members of his or her alumni. Check your certificates. Third class honors, middle division, lol. And Marvin Green says, it's been abused by you, the media men and women, since you have decided to call people who are not yet boys but have jumped to the honorable title. And Stanley Teta says, honorable what? I beg, make we hear a word. This MPs, where they no work, give them my people. Okay, Stanley. And George says, to feel respected, they desire to be called honorable, forgetting that respect is earned and not bestowed on people. And we're going to take another comment from Frederick. Says, very much so. So they seem to want to force people to accept that they are indeed honorable when we think otherwise. So those are your comments. And Yao says, yes, they are not honorable, but the positions, for example, Kwabena, honorable MP of Drabi's constituency, only MPs are addressed as such, not any other person. And Nana Yao says, yes, anyone at all wants to be called honorable. Thieves, political criminals, liars, and all of them call themselves honorable. The title is now the cheapest in Africa. There is nothing honorable about our leaders. So honorable, dishonorable, I don't know. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
KABA too, my Imam's ministry is something else, especially my husband is so close to him. And he always calls him to give him advice, especially where he wants to see him going. And yesterday when we heard it was a blow to us. And we know for a fact that KABA had so many things he wanted to do, especially with 2020. He always tells you, I want to do this, I want to do this. He's one of the promising journalists that I personally believe in so much. His integrity is so much intact. And what can we say now?
And what about fond memories of it?
I can't remember sometimes you will meet my husband and tell me, Apunta, there's me who say me Bano International. That's the kind of fun.
You know KABA?
Well, I know him to be a first-class radio presenter who plays the devil's advocates anytime he's interviewing you, and I enjoyed his shows because I like working under pressure. So anytime I'm on the interview with KABA, I enjoy the interview. Later when I play back, listen. I would say that, well, it's unfortunate he did not live that long, but within his short period of life, he gave voice to the voiceless Kenyans.
One of his famous sound bite has you in it where you are asking him, well, KABA and all that. Do you still, whenever you hear that, how does it make you feel?
Well, after his death, I have tried not to be listening to that one because it keeps reminding me about the past. But I hope I'll get over it. I'll surely get over it. It has to do with the name KABA and the allegation that I had worn my wife's coat. So when he came, he was the first to interview me about this. He said, oh, you are accusing me of wearing KABA, but you are the KABA itself. You understand? So that's how it all happened. But it's unfortunate it has happened. There's nothing we can do. All that we have to pray for is for the young and coming journalists to also follow the footsteps of KABA.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We know within.
Welcome back from that somewhat short break. You're still watching Joy News Interactive. If you want to catch the Joy News Interactive train, you can catch us on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. Now to our Throwback Thursday. Most schools are going on vacation today. For most students, it's the best day of the term. It's Thursday, and that means we throw it back in time. What is your fondest memory of our day? What would you bring to school? I mean, there was so much hype on the last day of school. So we asked you this on Facebook. Let's take some of your comments. First comment is from Bentel Prince, who says, first term doesn't have our day, please. It always has been a third term. Okay. And Italy says, some schools have our days both for first and third terms. And Bentel Prince says, I'm telling them what I know. And Nana Yao says, okay, so we want your fondest memories. Nana Yao says, the day I heard rumors that I'm better placed in terminal exams, I lose appetite for the food I sent to school, eager to see my position. And Papa says, my performance at the end of the terms determine how my day would be. And Kwesi Atta says, performance at the end of the terms determines how I celebrate, but this term is not a promotion term, right? And Kwame says, the special jollof and jams. And Josephat says, lol, I remember how our primary teacher would taste everyone's food. Hey, that's okay. And then Ayeti says, my fondest memory is that... Okay, so... Thank you for those lovely comments. Derek says, Gigi and groundnut soup. And before we go, for some time now, he has been the talk of football fanatics, especially Manchester United fans, for his goal drought. Well, good news is Romelu Lukaku has finally scored a goal after being honored by the fans of the club. He scored in United's game against Bournemouth. So should this goal bring the risk that fans stance that Lukaku should be sold? Should be sold? No, yes, no? Let's take some of your comments on Facebook, where Ben Appiah says, man will at all time be man. We're not the same fans who are hailing him. Okay. And Jesse Ofori says, no one has said he should be sold. Get out. All right. Sam says, not at all. Wasadodo. All right. And Romeo says, Joy News, he's a good player. He won't be sold. Go away. Oh, but you are on our page. So Thomas Mba says, no, he needs to work more harder. And Pastil says, I'm sorry, I don't follow. And Derek says, ah. And Mohammed says, what concerns fish when we're talking about umbrella? Basa for real. So we're going to take another short break. Please do stay with us. Hashtag Let's Be Fair. So this is a Joy News initiative by Jojo Krabana, one of Multimedia's journalists. And this is a picture we posted on Facebook. Hashtag Let's Be Fair. Hanging on the edge of a desk. What is your caption? So the campaign is highlighting inequalities between rural and urban communities in Ghana. And it continues on hashtag Joy News. So we asked you to share your stories and pictures with us. Let's see how many comments we got from that. So Esther Dankwa says, at times I feel very sad when I see such news because it's unfair on the side of the government to overlook such issues concerning Ghanaians. God help rural education in Ghana. And Nate John says, money is being pumped into unnecessary projects while all these problems are being faced by little children in various schools. God help Ghana. And Fred Konadu says the NDC is to be blamed for all this wahala. Ghana is 60 years old, but the NDC has wasted almost half of it. Otherwise, these things would have been fixed long time ago. He got 7 replies. Let's see if we can get those replies. Okay, and then Evans Fossey says it's true. Some part of the northern region in Ghana, one people sit on floor and their classroom 2 is not in good shape. There's ongoing project there, but not completed. And Gabriel says, friends, you should be told the truth. Ruling governments have carried out projects with prior and appropriate consultation. A fact they often ignore the National Development Commission. Take, for instance, the community day schools, a very ambitious program, poorly planned. Most of these schools are remote villages that have no capacity to build accommodations for prospective students. So if you want to read more of that comment, you can go to Joy News on TV on Facebook and Twitter. And Ibrahim says, such reports are good, but for me, they should have added that, what's the solution to this? Then just putting out the pictures there and now, instead of solutions, we're rather insulting each other, whereby the person who puts out this there is enjoying our insults. And Afia Ajay says the little girl is not a pupil in the school. She might have followed an older sibling to school, but she's cute, looking straight and wondering, what's it like to be in school? That is all from Joy News Interactive. Remember, if you want to catch the interactive train, it's on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV.